Shirts, which really would be great if you don't mind putting on one, just throwing it over your clothes. And they're my husband's shirts, so most of them are really gigantic and huge. They're all washed. They do smell like the inside. I was smelling them last night because I washed them, but I thought they smell like plastic because I've had them in the bag and it was hot coming down here, so they smell like a plastic bag. So I really when I pulled them out, I went, it smells like plastic. And then it dawned on me, I'm in Texas, and it's hot, and they were in the back of the car, and that's why they smell that way. So anyway, but they're clean as, I clean them, but you will see why the shirts are really neat to have on. Then I'm gonna need some people to be on the floor for me sometime. So if you're up to sitting on the floor, we can take turns and do some different things on the floor. But I'm gonna show you some fun games because we're going to do this complete class in the dark. So this class is going to be different, so it'll be in the dark, okay? So I'm going to give them a minute or two more, and I'll give you some preface. We'll pray, and so we'll be ready to roll, because this class is really fun. I do want to find my cell phone, where did I lay it down? Because when I need something, what is cool about cell phones nowadays is you can touch them, and they will be a light for you to find things. So even some of them are flashlights now, so you can do that. So I need my cell phone, and I will put it, there it is, okay? And I will tell you, let's pray first. So we'll go ahead and kind of get started, but then we're going to take a minute to get in costume, and then I'm going to let a few people, just because people are still finding their spots, I think like 5 after, and I can go ahead and give you the I think 1 to 2, is this how long this one is? 1 to 2. 1 to what? 2:15. 1 to 2:15?
Yep.
Yes.
No, it is?
Yes.
Is it really? Is this the long one? Check my paper to make sure I'm not wrong. 1 to, it's my book.
It is 1 to
I could check
2:15.
It is.
Yay, it is the long one.
Well, I told Dr. Bradley, I said, I would like to do music in the dark. I said, it is really, really fun and very different than anything you have ever seen. And he was like, let's do it. You know him. He's like, let's do it. So I told him, I said, well, the thing about it is, it's a little bit music education. A lot of that music education goes on when we do music in the dark. And when I did all this really quickly before I ran over to the breakout session. So when we do it, we might have to adjust the lights a little bit and make it be a little bit better. When I do this, I hang the lights. I hang the lights from the ceiling. And most places don't have ceilings this tall. It's just a regular ceiling, and they've got those ceiling tiles that pop up. So all you really have to do is make a loop of string, stick it in, put the bulb in, and then I string the wire to the corner. I mean, my room looks kind of funny in that when you can see it, but I string it all up, and I put everything above the children's heads so that we're going to each need to get some of these. And I think I have enough. If I don't have enough, like if you have on something white or something, you'll still glow. The main thing, it's really fun to actually be able to see you. And if you don't have anything on, it will be harder to see you. Okay, and that is one reason why it's good to wear white t-shirts, white shirts. And I made the chairs like this so that if you were not a person that wanted to sit on the floor, you could still see everything very clearly from where you are. So does that make sense? That's why I did it this way, so that now we have kind of like a palette here that you can watch everything. But some of you, I need you to work with me on the floor, okay? And it'll be fun. You'll like it. Let's pray. Okay. Dear Lord Jesus, I just thank you that you are the light in the darkness, that you shine through the darkness, and just make my life great every day, Father. I just ask you that I will die to self, get out of the way, that you will use this body at this point to do exactly how you would have this class to be. And I thank you and praise you for what you're about to do. In thy precious name I pray. Amen. The next thing I will tell you this is that when your eyes go shut, I always tell this to the children. At first when we turn all the lights off, your eyes, it will seem very dark in here, okay? But then gradually your eyes will adjust and it will not seem dark at all. You will see that it's kind of light. You will see the light in the darkness, which is very cool. I do this at church. Now I'll tell you this, I tend to not do it near Halloween. I don't do it during Halloween. People always think I do it during Halloween. I generally don't do it during Halloween because I don't really like it to be linked with Halloween, okay? So I generally do it like January, like a time when it's a dead time, when people don't want to come. And all I have to say to the children is we're going to do music in the dark. And I will have 100, I mean, you will not believe how many kids I will have. I mean, that's all I have to say. We're doing music in the dark. I will have kids come in and say, are we doing music, the very first sign of choir, or when are we doing music in the dark? Because they cannot wait to do it, because it's so much fun. You also think that little children would be afraid. They are not afraid. And generally what I do with the little children is I leave some little glimmers of lights around the outside skirts of the room, like flashlights or something that kind of takes the edge off the darkness. And what we do is, as they come in, I will have them put their shirts on at the door, and the lights will be out, but they will come in and sit. And I have lines on the floor. I just don't do all of it here. Oh, you can't imagine. But I have lines on the floor, and those lines glow, and they go and sit on the line, and they think that's really fun to do. You will find that things that glow in the dark, paper, regular paper, glows in the dark. It's terrific for glowing in the dark. Tennis balls. All kinds of things you will find glow in the dark. And I found out the things that glow in the dark, the things that I actually went to, I found fabric that glows in the dark, and I went to one of the, like I went to Joann's or a fabric store or something, and I took my black light with me, and they had the sewing part, and I stuck my black light in a sewing chair in Joann's, and would stick fabric into it. The people thought I was completely crazy. But I did then find out the fabric that glows in the dark. And some of the things we're going to do, I'm going to show you a few things before we get started so you'll know what it is, and you're going to love praising God in the dark. It's really cool. These are just handkerchiefs, men's handkerchiefs that are white cotton handkerchiefs. Anything that's white and cotton works, okay? This is going to be the coolest thing. These are worms. We call them worms. And they all know in my other class that I call things, I really want all of us to do this. The best ones that glow in the dark, just to give you a heads up, are the pink and the green. I got all colors because I did the exercise I'm going to do with you also with the lights on. Okay? So when we did it with the lights on, I wanted it to be really colorful and beautiful, so I did buy. This is just spandex material, but it was very little. Spandex is kind of expensive, but I used a 40% off coupon at Joann's, and you don't have to have very much because it is, I cut it in little tiny strips, so it really isn't very much. These are ping pong balls that we will use in a minute. This is, believe it or not, I didn't bring my creep track, but this is, I have a creep track that's just a plastic thing that goes on the ground that it has pockets that you can put this in, and it glows, paper glows in the dark great. So this is like things that you want to teach them, and it can glow in the dark. We're going to do music theory, so I'm going to show you this. Tennis balls and cups. You have to, like I hate to tell you, I bought the cups at Spencer's Gifts. Yes, evil. But Spencer's Gifts on their clearance sales, ones after Halloween sales, you will be able to find some really cool things. And all of the lights that you see, I actually bought them at Spencer's Gifts on an after Halloween sale for nearly nothing, because they were. And even though I know it's probably like, a brick fell off my house in heaven from it. But I really believe that it was worth it because the children love it so much, what we are about to do, and you're going to like it, okay? Okay, to start off with, if you would like to be a person who participates on the floor, I would like you to go get a white shirt and put it on. Can some of y'all go do that for me? Let's do it. You can do it. I've got a whole bunch of white shirts. And I'm going to put on a white shirt. Okay, so then you can see me. I know, they're huge. They're all big. Trust me, they all stretch and they're all big. And 1,000 kids have worn them, but they are clean. So they do smell like a bag. I was like, what is that smell? It is the bag of mine. So just throw a shirt on, and y'all can have a seat in your chairs in just a second. We're all going to participate, though, in a second and everyone's going to do the movement thing, which is really cool. I'm about to send this to the dark, and I'm so glad we have an extra 15 minutes. That does not feel Let's start. Okay. Making sure all of that works. And I'm going to make sure I have my glasses. So there's my glasses. Because even in the dark, there are times I need my glasses. Here's all my notes so that I'm doing the right thing. My glasses are here. And we're about to go in the dark. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So if someone comes in, there will be a blink of light. Now, your eyes will adjust. You'll start by going, okay, I'm sort of getting it. In just a second, you will go, and it's going to suddenly get way more fun. Once your eyes kind of get used to it, you're going to like it. Now, okay, so I'm already getting used to it. Here we go. Let's do this. Front row. Everybody come and get, I want you to learn to kind of move in this darkness. You're okay. Come and get, I think there's enough for 2 apiece. So try to get 2 scarves. 2 scarves. I also have white gloves at home. I have tons of this stuff. So I have white. You can order white gloves. Second row, come and get some. Y'all come get them.
It's mine.
I'm sorry, I meant first and second row, and I said first row. And
That's mine.
See, you're starting to feel better, aren't you? It feels more normal now, don't you? See, isn't it weird? As your eyes adjust, you will get used to it. You'll be fine.
So which one is yours, Lorraine?
There we go. Perfect. So does everybody have scarves? Okay. I know it's going to be a weird video, but it's actually extremely cool. You're going to like it. Okay. Now, if you guys can stand up, everybody's here. I'm going to start. Here we go.
Thank you.
Ready? And I'll try not to press pause. I always press pause. And I want to the clock. there's a feel in the room that's way different. Do you notice that there's kind of almost a hush over the room? It's really amazing, but when I do music in the dark, I probably have the best attention. They're probably the quietest of any time. Now, sometimes when they come in, they want to be bouncy, but also I have rules about, remember my rules before about worship tools and all that kind of stuff. They can't touch the light. There are rules that they have to abide by, but they're really pretty good with that. Okay, next. I want to teach you a music ed lesson. And so you can see it. But this is something you can do in the daylight or the dark. But this is really cool in the dark. Okay. Pull this so you can see. It's a lot easier when I'm... There we go. Okay. When they're hanging, it's a lot easier. Okay. First of all, over here. Here we go. Okay. What is that? Who knows? What would that be?
Whole note.
It's a whole note. There's a whole note. A whole note, it's really cool because when you, and actually I made this, you know what these are? This is just a cake round that you buy at Walmart. They come like 10 to a pack. A cake wire and with just plain paper on the top. That's all it is. I just cut a round piece of paper, stuck it on the top. Here's a whole note. Okay? Let's clap a whole note. A whole note goes like this. Whole note. So when you clap it, you don't let go. Okay? So when you clap it, we don't let go. Ready? Let's try that. Whole note. You understand? So if I did this, it wouldn't be a whole note, right? Those would be quarter notes. So we would clap and go whole notes. So very good. This would be, and I would say to the children, and actually I'm doing it kind of upside down, but I can do it the other way. Here we go. So I do it right. Then we talk about if I was, and actually this is the way I explain it to them. If I'm ever at my house and I'm sitting in Miss Andrews' house and there's a big giant apple there and my big giant apple is so yummy and so good and I love it, love it, love it. So I'm about to take a bite out of my apple when the doorbell rings. And when the doorbell rings, I go to the door and there's Barbara Woods. And she says, "Hello, Pam, I've come to visit you." And I would say, "Well, I'm so glad to see you. But guess what? Now I have my apple, but now I have a friend with me." So I would say to the children, "What would I do to the apple?" So what would I do? I would cut the apple in half. So because I cut it in half, now I have two halves of the apple. Do I not?
Right.
One for Barbara, one for me, right? So we have two halves of the apple. So this would be half note, or half the apple, and half note, half the apple. You understand? Everybody got that? So when we do a half note clap, we go half note, you understand? So we're going to clap half note, then whole note. Can we do that? 1, 2, ready, go. Half note, whole note. Got that? Okay, very good. Now me and Barbara, we're loving our apple. It's so good. We're about ready to eat it. We both have it right here, ready to crunch a Rooney. And then guess what? The doorbell rings. And there, standing out there, are 2 more friends who want to come and visit us. And those 2 friends, I have to invite. Of course, they're my friends. I invite them in. But now we just have 2 halves. So what do I have to do to the apple? And guess what? Even the little children say, cut the apple, cut the pieces into half. So then we will cut them again. And then what would we have? We would have 2 quarters. And even when I say quarters, I use a dollar and a quarter because they understand quarters are of $1. They understand that. So they say, yes, we would have then 2 quarters. I mean, each of them, we would then have quarters. So,
What are the sticks made out of?
this is just a piece of paper.
Just a piece of
Isn't that amazing? This is just constructed, just regular white typing paper. Everything that you see is made of, I mean, this is how I teach lesson. I taught this lesson for my principal came, and actually they videoed it for even my graduate school, and they're like very cool, especially in the dark. It's fun, more fun. Okay, but anyway, so these are 4 quarters, like there's 4 quarters in $1. 2 half dollars are in $1, and this is the whole dollar. Same thing as 4 quarters of an apple, 2 halves of an apple, 1 whole. And actually at my school and at Children's Choir are in my possession. I have a wooden apple that I actually have cut into pieces, and it Velcros back together, and I pull it all apart to show them. Okay, now each of these we're getting a quarter. Now we can do, there are different ways for, the Orff way is ta, 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 that's what they do. Sometimes when it gets to the ti, ta, my 5th grade boys kind of laugh at that, they don't like it. So I'm kind of anti that, and I will do slow, 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 slow. I will do la, 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 la. I don't really use ti very much at all. Li, li, la, I will do that. There's different ways out there right now that does it. To be honest with you, I like slow, 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 slow. And then it's okay if you take pictures. It's absolutely okay. Slow, 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 slow. Half note, whole, whole, whole note. So we're going to clap. 1 clap for each of these. Half note clap, whole. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, clap with me. Quarter, 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 quarter. Half note, whole note. You see what I just did? Okay? So now, then, I usually have actually kids that do all of this crawling on the floor for me. So I'm like, now, if I have now 4 friends, me plus 3 other friends, all of us are having an apple. Then all of a sudden, ding ding, the doorbell rings. And I have 4 more friends coming. Now, how many friends do I have in all? 4 plus 4 more is 8. So I have 8 friends. So I'm going to have to do something else to that apple again. What do? I cut each of these quarters again into 2 pieces, which makes them actually 1/8. So what I do, pulling out of my bag. I have a whole bunch of different versions, but we're going to show you, I'm going to show you this version today. Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops. 8. Somebody's phone. It's probably mine. My daughter's calling me every second to tell me with wavelength. So here we go. Now, and the children actually do this, and I'm going to show you in the music theory class, music games, they will have already had preparation to do this. The children absolutely immediately go into drawing this. Even my youngest will draw this. They know exactly what to do to cut it again. And we draw this.
So that's just half a circle?
That's just half the circle, same thing as this, just with paper glued on the front, half of it. You could even do this with 1 small black light, the same story, the same everything. Now what is really cool is now we have our rhythm pyramid. Do you see our rhythm pyramid having, which is very, very cool. Now we need to always go 1 step further when we're thinking about a rhythm pyramid. Now we have this, let's clap this first, because of course, and let's go Lee, 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 and Lee is my daughter's name, so I do it, so we're saying this in honor of my daughter. But and actually I would say, to be honest with you, I call these fast notes, these slow, half note, and the reason I do this is because I'm a piano teacher, because 8th notes are faster. That's a description of an 8th note. They are much quicker. It's a quicker played note than the quarter note, which is much slower. It's half as fast, very slow. So let's do this, but let's just for today say, let's do it even the Orff way, because a lot of people are Orff people. I'm an Orff person, but let's do T, 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 ta, 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 half. Let's do that. Okay, 1, 2, clap with me. T, 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 ta, 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 half note, whole note. Okay, you understand that? Now, here's the fun part, okay? Now, I usually I pick some children and I say, okay, guess what? rhythm is so cool because we can play with it. We can mess with it. It can be that we can do different things. All of these rows equal what, boys and girls? 4 beats. They all equal 4 beats. We do these also with 3s. I have dots and everything. So I have all that. I just brought my normal ready. Be sure to take pictures because this is really, really fun. And you can do this in the daylight, which I'll turn the light on and try to have it out for you so you can take a picture. But it's actually pretty good in the dark if you take a flash. But anyway, then this is a pyramid, a rhythm pyramid. This is a very good thing to do with your children to have them understand rhythm. Here's the next step to this though. I can say, okay, wait a second. If I cut this piece into 2 pieces, then those 2 pieces are equal, am I right? And the children say, yes, yes. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch that for that. Would that work? Mm-hmm. Would that work, kids? And the kids would go, yeah, it would. Good, it would work. But then I go, well, you know what? And I've got these upside down. We would say, why don't we, I still think it'd be kind of cool to switch a few more things around. So this is equal to 1 of these, right? So why don't we kind of switch, and I'll flip it so it's easier for y'all to read. There we go. Why don't we switch that one with that one, because they're equal, okay? It's equal. And I'll flip these upside down. This is me doing it at school, me doing it at church, because I'm always in a circle at church. And so I always do it my way because I'm old and do things my way. Okay, and actually to tell you the truth, the children do it. I'm on the floor with them, but the children do all of the drawing. I'm doing it backwards. I was doing it right.
Yeah, your third beat.
It was this one that's backwards. There we go. It's me being upside down. Here we go. And do a switcheroonie on this one. Now I won't make you all crazy. So you'll go, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Look better for you, right?
Yep.
Now what did I just do with my rhythm pyramid? I made rhythm patterns. You see that happening? Mm-hmm. Right before your eyes, we played with the rhythms and made rhythm patterns. Now we figured out how to clap those rhythm patterns a few minutes ago, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So can we clap these rhythm patterns, saying our chants? Now I'm really a believer. I'm really a huge believer in making them say what they clap. Say what they clap. There's a lot of people that just let them clap things. First of all, you really can't tell if they're really, that's not a good evaluation tool to see if they're getting it. But if you say what they clap, they're going to get it. They will get it, okay? So let's start with the base of our pyramid and clap all the way up. So we're going to go this way, and then for you guys it would start over here, right? And read this way, am I right?
Yeah.
And then this way and read here, and then this way and read to there. So let's start, and we're always going to begin back on this way. I'm sorry over here so you can see, but I think we can do it. 1, 2, here we go. Whole note, half note, let's do ta-ta. Start one more time. Ta-ta and TT, my fault. 1, 2, ready, go. Whole note, half note, ta-ta, ta-ti-ti, half note, ti-ti-ta, ti-ti-ti-ti. Oh, isn't that fun? Now we're going to do it backwards. Can we clap the whole thing backwards? I believe we can. Let's start from here and journey back this way and get back to our root. Can we do that? And I would always say, yes, boys. And they would go, yes, let's do it. And you won't believe it, but they will then want, and I'll tell you in a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ready? Starting right here, then there, then there, then there. Ready? 2, here we go. T-T-T-T-ta, T-T, half note. T-T-ta, ta-ta, half note. Whole note. Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. Very cool. Now, I also have tons of pieces of paper. Tons. So I can actually take these papers and make measure bars, you see? I can bar it and actually take, I won't do any more of it just because I have so much more to teach you and I always worry about my time. So what I'm saying is I can take this very same rhythm and write it all the way across the floor and put measure bar lines between them, which then makes it, where am I heading with this? I'm heading to reading music. Reading music. We want our children to read music. A lot of times people get so afraid of it, they think, but what if I, and I've told this to people before, what if I said to you, if I handed you a book and it was in French and I said, read this to me, how would you feel about that?
Yeah.
First of all, you wouldn't like me because I just gave you something I knew you couldn't do. And when we hand music to children and we never ever kind of dig into how to read it, and music is a fun language to learn to read, and it isn't very hard. I just taught you how to read this whole thing right now. Even if you had never had music before, you would really get what I just did. It's very mathematical. Music is math. Music is definitely math and patterns and all that. Okay, let's do more because of time. I have so much more to do. Okay, I'm going to need some friends who will sit on the floor. It won't be long, but I'm going to do a floor game and show you another fun. Moving this. That's why I wore my slicky pants today that slide on the floor. Okay, here we go. And here we go. Can some friends, I always say friends, some of my friends come and sit on the floor and grab a bag. Okay, just come sit on the floor. And they're going to want to see you, so kind of spread out so that they can see all your shoulders. And here we go. A bag, just grab a bag. Okay, you're going to love this. It's very fun. Okay, and have a seat. Now, draw what you see. Draw what you see. In fact, I'm going to try to do this. No, I'm going to do this way. I always take this on when I do this. There we go. Draw what you see. Go. Now, you notice when I say something, I don't tell them what to do. I just say, draw what you see. And even with my little bitty boys and girls, they absolutely draw exactly what they see.
And what are they using? What's
in their bag?
What's in their bag?
Pipe cleaners.
Pipe cleaners. Those are just white pipe cleaners. Cost me nearly nothing. Everything that you will see in my room this whole day costs very little. Because there's a few things, like I spent money on the lights, but even them, I think I got them they might be, $15 a piece, and I've used them 1,000 times. So it was probably one of the best investments I've ever had. So you draw it now. You see how we would have done this. Actually, I did it out of order, but you see how we would have done this. Now we can read rhythms. We did this. We understand rhythms. How we do this. I would have also done this in the past. So here we go. Let's clap and say this rhythm. Ready? Go. Ta, 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 ta. We basically are reading by stems, which is very good to do. Okay, very good. Now, can you draw? Actually, I have them on both sides. I'm just going to try to read real quickly a few. What's different?
No note heads.
There's no note heads. What's different between this one and this one?
notes.
They're eighth notes. Remember the eighth notes that we barred together? Remember those? We made bars for them. Can you draw this one for me? They love this, and I mean it. In the room, it's less quiet. This is exactly how it is. They are all over it. Fifth graders, all over it, loving it. And they'll say, sometimes you'll hear people go, how do you draw that? And I go, I don't know. How do you draw that? I don't tell them. I don't know. Tell me. One thing I learned when I was in graduate school, I have a wonderful professor. Her name was Dr. Loon. She did not believe in answering questions. She said, I don't know. Tell me. And so if we would ask her a question, she would ask us a question right back. And I learned to find, and what happens a lot of times, she always said, American children and American people want all the answers without work. So and she's right, So actually, now this was the quarter note. These are the eighth notes. This is the quarter. So can we clap this, boys and girls? 1, 2, ready, and ta, ti, ta, ti. Got it? Okay. Then I would say, I'm not going to do very many of these just for time. What time are we really supposed to finish this class?
2:15.
2:15, good. Okay, because I've got more to go. Okay. Can you draw that one? You see how they are and honestly, it is really cool because why is this good? It's a hands-on learning method. Hands-on. They then have to create actually the half note with their hands. They will remember what it is. They will remember. Okay? I won't do all of them. I'm going to show you a couple more and that's it. So this is a half note. You would just draw the circle. Some of them, you'll see some of the kids have played with it, they twist it and make them all colorful and all kinds of stuff, because I'll let them usually have 1 or 2 colorful ones in them just because I'm cheap and I probably could use more colorful ones. But here we go. Ready? Let's clap this one, please. Ready? Go. Half note, ta-ta. That's right. Okay. Now this one, what do you think that means?
Rest.
That's a rest. Now a lot of times the kids will go, they'll guess, and I usually have already talked about this with them, but the rest actually is a Z, and in cartoons they will see the Z's for sleeping. And I always say, you know, in cartoons, whenever you see the big bunches of Z's or in the comics, that means someone's sleeping. And that's what the Z is. On this particular thing, it's a Z. So this would be, so they would draw this with their Z, and they can do it however they want to do it. Sometimes they bend it to the Z. Sometimes they make the Z. However they do it, it's okay. Now I would really, when I was doing it, I would be walking around and looking at your work to make sure that you were understanding. It's a good way to check. Now here we go. Let's clap this one. Ta, ta. And now this is open for a rest. So our hands are open. So let's clap this one. Ta, ta, open, ta. Very good. Now that's all I'm going to do of that, just to kind of give you an idea. I'm going to have you guys, just so you'll see more ideas that you can do in the dark. I've got more to come. I'm wanting to spread my time because I have a whole dance I want to teach you. Okay? So if y'all will throw those back in here. Okay, here we go. Now, everybody, pretty much, I have a whole bunch of ping pong balls. So, if you will stand and find a friend, and anywhere find a friend, I have a whole bunch of them, and if you run out of ping pong balls, it's really good to have 2 apiece. So, come and get 2 ping pongs, each person gets 1. Ping pong ball, ping pong ball. Everybody needs to have 1. You'll see why in a second. Come get it. Here we go. You can pass out. Here we go. Take a whole bunch. Here we go. More. There we go. There you go. There you go. Love passing out. Ping pong balls. Grab roll. Each person kind of grab. Here we go. Ping pong ball. One need one. And y'all come on out here. Come on out here in the circle. It's not going to be dangerous, I promise. I'm not going to bite you. Here's ping pong balls. Ping pong. Who needs one? Who needs one? Ping pong balls. Come on out here. It will not be hard. One more. You will like it. This is fun. Not hard. Not scary. Everybody needs ping pong. So it's good for every person to have one. So does everybody have a ping pong ball? Here you go. You got one? Anybody not have a partner? Partner, come in, here we go. I could use a partner, so someone can come be my partner. And do you need a partner? I do. Okay, here we go. You can be her partner when I'm finished. So come right up here. Y'all can be partners together right when I'm finished. Here we go. Ping pong ball. Now these ping pong balls actually, they glow really great in the dark when the lights up above. It's a little bit on the dark side in here just because it's not coming from the ceiling. But ping pong ball. First thing I want you to do, this is a steady beat activity and we're going to put music to it. You're going to face your partner. Here we are. Take 1 ping pong ball, just one of you. Put your ping pong ball on the floor. Just one person. Put it right on the floor if you need. And in class, generally I won't give them out 2 at a time. Do you need a ping pong? You need a partner. Everybody needs to have, yeah, there you go. Everybody gets, I've got plenty of ping pong balls. Plenty. Okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to open your hands just like this. Now, I'll start this time. Here we go. And where's my friend going to take over? Are we good? Or did you find a partner? Where did she go?
Oh, she's here.
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So what you're going to do is start with your hands like this. Now watch. I'm going to pass the ball to this hand, then to this hand, that hand. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you actually can start anywhere you want to start. 2, 3, 4. Now I know that sounds crazy, but now I want you to do it backwards because naturally you will go in one direction. Now we're going in the opposite direction. And it feels weird when you do it, but you can do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now first to start off, I'm going to put some music in. And we're going to do this passing to a music. Now, then we're going to step it up. So hang loose. Now, let me get the music. Okay.
There, maybe it's the next. It's the first one. That's zippy. If I start.
Everybody get your ping pong ball. So you're going to both have your ping pong ball. And you come right here. We're going to get right in the middle so they see what we're doing. Okay? You're going to have your ping pong ball in opposite hands, but really it's the same hand if I turn it around. You understand? Okay. But it looks opposite, so I tell the kids opposite. You're going to grab your hands to yourself, switch hands, and put it in my hand. Grab, push, grab, push, grab, push. It has to, when you do this, it forces a steady beat.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Grab, ready, and stop. Now, after you do that, you have to go the opposite way. Oh my gosh. Yes. So now you're going to go this way.
Okay, wait. So wait, yeah, switch hands, yeah. So wait. Start in the left. There we go. I don't know
now,
what the words
I warn you,
are.
it feels awful.
It does.
But it's a sign in music. One of the things we really love about musicians, and we are all musicians, is that we really try to equal our talents on both sides. We really work at it. And part of piano students, instrument players, when we play orc instruments, like we're going to do this afternoon, I'm going to use some orc instruments in my music ed class. All of those, we want our children to be equally talented on both sides of their bodies. Well, part of that happens is because we do everything to the right, and most of the world is a right-handed world, so we live in this right-handed crazy world. And because of that, everything is for the right. Our left hand's going to just fall off, one day when we're not, because we never use it. Well, this is a way to really, now here's the reason. You think, why is this hard? The kids absolutely love this. And now, I will tell you that ping pong balls will go bouncing, and you have to have a lot of them, because I just keep feeding them to them as they drop them. And they'll run and get them. I mean, they laugh. It's funny. They think they giggle. But here's the good thing. It forces a steady beat. And you're working major teamwork. Major. So you have to get, even I've had kids with special needs, tons of special needs kids. It's really cool. Because sometimes they'll be way better at this than others because they've used their both arms so much that they're way better than some of my kids that have no disabilities. So anyway, now we started the other way. So pass, 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 pass. Now we're going to do it to music.
So this is like a 2-beat.
Okay, here we go. Same song.
Okay, so that's what I think I'm sorry.
Ready? what's really cool about that is so simple. So simple. But I promise it makes them understand steady beat. Because if you go off the beat, you are working with someone who, and actually someone will go, come on, keep up with me. They'll be like, but I promise it forces that beat. Now, I know that some of you might not want to sit on the floor, but I have one more thing, actually 2 more things on the floor, and then, oh my goodness, here we go. Then I want to teach you a dance, the whole world. Let me, you don't do that? Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Will you still be my, who will be my partner? Will you still be my partner? Great, here we go. You're going to find a spot on the floor. And even though I know, let me tell you, when you sit on the floor, there's like an ache in your bones, and I always think of who's going to prime you off.
Yeah.
Come on. But I do this now, and really what you have to do is learn to do this or learn to do this. Now, what our plan is going to do, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to give you a ball. We're going to have 2, same thing, tennis balls, terrific in the dark. Terrific, okay? And we're going to say, everyone say this, echo me. I love Jesus.
I love Jesus.
I love Jesus.
I love Jesus.
This is my I love Jesus game. Is this not a cool game? Yes, very cool game. This is very Dalcroze, which is, if you're a music student in here, if there's music students, you should know who Dalcroze is. Very Dalcroze, what we're doing, and it really teaches children to feel a phrase. You're feeling a phrase, okay? A phrase is like, I love Jesus. I love Jesus. You see that? The end of the phrase is when my hand gets there. I can't go, is this the phrase? I love Jesus. You see what was wrong with that? And I say to the boys and girls, you see what was wrong with that? I always ask them a question, they go, you got too fast to the end. I go, exactly. So what I'm trying to do is to have my phrase end exactly. So what we're going to do, I have a ball. I'm going to roll it to you, and when you pick it up, it should be, I love Jesus. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So I have to learn to establish my phrase between my partner to match that feel. See how cool this is? Very cool, actually. I love Jesus. You see that? Now, we really have this big thing where we, let go, Jesus. And they like to, the hands will shoot to the air, and I really love seeing it because it means I love Jesus. It's like they're raising their hands really cool. Now, you back to me. Here we go. I love Jesus. A little bit slower. You see how you have to work on it? I love Jesus. And now, you're going to have 2. And you go, I love Jesus. And we're going to hold them up. And we do it again. I love Jesus. Actually, that's very good. I love Jesus. Now, what you're trying for is to gauge that. Then guess what we do? We switch hands and do the very same thing with your left hand. And it begins, it's a real exciting moment because you find out that your left hand has never done anything in its life. The left hand is like, Mr. I don't know what I'm doing. The left hand looks at you and it feels like you're having a conversation with it, going, what are you doing with me? This doesn't work. So you will try with your left hand. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. And try to raise it high when you get, I love Jesus. I love Jesus. You see? And then you can use 2 balls. Okay. Or not. I would like you to come grab a ball. Come try it. Here they are. Come grab one. You would at least have one between friends. Roll. Thank you. Thank you. So I don't waste it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go. Grab a tennis ball. At least get one between you. And then you can practice with. Now we also do this during music, okay? But before we do it with music, we do it with our voices. And we really try to learn to say the chant together. Now, if there's another chant, like something else you want to just, we love our parents. It can be anything you're trying to teach them that night. It can be any concept. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is my friend. It can be anything you want to do like that, which is cool, okay? So let's do it. Let's try it. Ready? One ball first. One ball. And it is a good idea. If you do see how the girls are doing this, where they're doing this little number, it keeps the ball from going anywhere else, which is a good plan.
I'll keep it for us.
Okay, you don't have to do that, but it really does work. Here we go. Let's do I love Jesus. 1, 2, here we go.
I love Jesus.
Ready? 2, here we go.
I love Jesus.
That was so sorry. I had to be careful. 1, 2. Now this time we're going to do it, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep the chant going. And I usually put someone on the drum, which it is. I have drums over there, but I'm not going to try right now. I put someone on the drum that keeps us a steady beat. Let's do a steady beat drum. I'm going to do it now that I said it. Hold on, it makes me mad. You do. I got it right here, so I'm not afraid. I know you're not adding another. That's what I need. So you're going to keep our steady beat. Sing. Say, boys and girls, what are we trying to learn today? What musical term are we trying to learn? Phrasing. We're trying to feel a phrase with what we're doing. We're trying to feel a phrase. What is a phrase like? There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to a phrase. And it should be smooth like that, like a rolling ball. It should be very smooth when we sing a phrase. Here we go. Ready? 2. Get us our steady beat. 2. Ready? Go.
I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus.
Left hand.
I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love
Right hand. Here we go.
I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love Jesus.
And we're going to stop right there because I have something really big to teach you all. Ooh! Y'all don't realize, but this is like a miracle that I'm getting things done. Because I have a whole lot I'm trying to cram into a short time. Can you, now I want you to do another thing. Everyone can do this. Everyone. I would like everyone to go get a worm. Here's my worm. Thank you so much. Okay. Grab a worm. Grab a worm. Okay. Grab a wormify. And y'all are going to stand and face me. And it really, everybody can do this. This is really, really fun. Really, 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 really fun. You know what? I do have, and I have white cotton gloves that glow in the dark. I'm sort of mad I forgot that I do for these things. And sometimes when we're doing this too, we just do movements with the white gloves on. That's more older children because they can come on and off really fast. This is what I'm doing right now. Pretty much I can do it every grade. I can do it every age level. But there's a great question. Do we use gloves for all of this? A lot of times I use gloves. And one of the reasons why, remember in the earlier class, I don't know, maybe it was this class, I can't remember. I use gloves a lot because it dampens the sound. So then I can control. Did you hear how cool it was when the drum was playing and we were doing the actual phrasing? It's like a lock. It really locks you into what a phrase feels like. Then children sort of understand it better when you're doing it. Okay, now, let me teach you the simple moves because we have about 15 minutes left. And I want to teach you a dance. And this is also a Dalcroze thing, which Dalcroze is just a belief or a structure in music education that means that you experience music. Do you notice in this class we have not sung one time? Mm-hmm. We have chanted. Now, why is that a good thing? Because sometimes your boys don't want to, but you want to know something? My boys are all over this, all over it. They don't want it to stop. They beg not to leave. My boys are all over it. And my girls, of course, love it too. But my boys really, really love what this happens. It's very different. You know, they're very in control because they don't want to lose anything. They know I will do the worship tool thing. Hold your worship tool up in front of you. Say worm.
Worm.
And I call him Worm. He's Mr. Worm. Say worm, behave yourself.
Worm.
So I can play with you.
So I can play with you.
Because if you don't, you will sit in Miss Pam's timeout box.
You will sit in Miss Pam's timeout box.
So behave yourself.
So behave yourself.
So I can play with you.
So I can play with you.
Okay. Now, if someone is flipping it and doing the wrong thing, I will walk right up to them and I will just say, "Oh, Mr. Worm, you're not behaving yourself." You see how I did that? And I would take it away. Then it's not fun because you are not getting to participate. And I told them in the earlier classes that it's a minute per each grade level that it sits out. And I don't really talk to the children. I just say, when I hand it back, I say, control your worm. Control it. Make sure it's behaving itself. You know, otherwise it has to come sit here. So believe me, they don't do it again. They're very, very up on trying to, so they will be very careful. They're careful because they know I will do it. And I don't ever yell. I'm sweet to my children. I love them, they love me. They know that. Okay. This is the first step we're going to do. I'm going to do just some moves like this. Okay, moves. I always suggest that you hold it about like this because it's real stretchy. And it's really, now we're still working, we learned today, we worked on rhythm. We understand rhythm fits into phrases, and now we're to actually more about phrases. So we're going to feel the phrase, and phrase. Then we're going to feel the phrase. This is a very slow dance, but you're going to really love this, okay? And again, and again. And then we might do some turns. Okay, I'm not going to go through everything because you know how to watch what I'm doing. Now, at some point, I'm going to say, grab a friend. Now, come here, Barbara. What we're going to do when I say that is she's going to stand with hers open like this, and one friend, one of you, will drop yours across and link together. Do you understand? One person will do it. Now, here's the joy of it. If you have, let's say an odd number somewhere, okay? I drop mine. You drop yours. There you go. It doesn't matter. You understand? Doesn't matter because it's not a big deal, the numbers. Now, generally what I say is join a friend, and it should be like 2 friends together. I try to keep it to 2, but every so often you have an odd number, so you have 3. Okay, then when we do this, grab back on, I'm going to say walk, and you're going to walk, and then you're going to flip, and I'll say flip, flip. I might say in and out, and in, and out, and someplace I will even say turn. And when you turn, you just turn, and you will turn. You understand? It will never, now I always tell the kids, if you hold it like this with the nice big tail, it's not going to fall out of your hands. And I always say, never let go. You have one time that you let go. And now let me show you one more thing. Can you 3 girls and guys, I can't see who are here, girls, I think he's back there now. Can you all get into the same thing we are? Copy us. Because I'm showing you the dance because we just have just a few minutes left because I want to do the whole dance. There you go. You're in. There you go. And here, now then I'm going to say, now you're going to like this. I'm going to say, make a group. Now don't let go. Don't anybody let go. You guys walk over, just climb under, and we're in a group.
Cool.
Even my very little children can do this. Even my very little children, my 5th graders are all over it. But even my very little 1st graders can do this. Now I am first grade, what I do, just start it with, is just do more of the Dalco's front moves and the stretching and all that to try to help them feel the phrasing. So we would again walk, and we flip, and we flip. We can turn on the lights at the end if you want to and see it, but it's kind of cool in the dark. But then you can actually see it. Then we would go in, and out, and in, and out. You can do a turn, and a turn. You can jiggle it, which gives a very cool effect, especially when the lights are above. Then, at the very end, we're going to hold it up, and we're going to bring it to the floor, and it's going to be a spider web. Do you see the spider web on the floor? Okay, now that's the whole thing. Now, I generally, just to be honest with you, I rarely talk it through with the kids, but I'm talking it through with you guys because they have learned just from copying me. Now I do talk about joining a friend and joining a group. So we do talk through that so that they understand the combining. Why is this good also combining with a group? When you combine, guess what? It's suddenly you're joining with friends and you have a real connection to someone else, which is very cool. I'm going to play a Dalcroze piece that actually I think I might have. Anyway, you don't have it? Did you get it?
I did.
Good. I'm going to play it. That's the one I'm going to do. Here we go.
But I couldn't figure out which one on there.
Here we go. I've got it. Ready? Are you with me? Try to stretch it slow till you get to the end of the phrase. The kids all sing this. The kids love it. I know. It's annoying. Can you join with a friend? Here you go. Here we go. And
Walk and flip. Oh. You're advanced. You're in the advanced. Excuse me.
Can you go in and out? Go and raise it up. And out. Raise it up. And out. And up. And out. And up. Can you turn and turn? Hold it up high and awesome. And now we're going to slowly drop it to the floor. Don't let go. Don't let go. Thank the spider. Isn't that awesome?
Now, if you're trying to remember your music memory stuff, UL.
That is called the, I'll tell you what's the name of it. It is called, you know what I will do? Take one of my papers, I will email it to you. In fact, I just should have had all of y'all write the names down, and then I would have done it, it would have been real easy. But all you have to do, it's called the, it's on my computer, I will tell you, I'll turn the lights on in just 2 shakes and tell you because we have like 3 minutes left. Music in the dark, you understand, why would I go to all this trouble? Okay? I have way more, I have one more thing to do, that's why I stopped. Here we go. I need a group of people in the middle of the floor. I've had a brain freeze. Have you ever had that? People on the floor?
Never.
Come. 3 minutes again. I start grab some. Actually, I have them put together to make them thicker. Because these cups are, they're more like cups that you would use, okay? Now, when I do this, I pass the children. I'm going to tell you my technique of passing out cups and all that with kids. But generally, I have them taped together so y'all can pass them around until you get over there. I say, when it gets over there, don't take another. And they won't. They've gotten good at it, okay? Last thing, and then we'll stop. Of course, I could go on and on. But I want to do this real quick. Okay? Okay. This is the cup game. Nowadays, because of a TV movie or a movie, it is hugely popular to do cups. It's a huge thing. Okay, children when they're doing cups, and I'm watching one time, have like 2 minutes. Okay, hands up. This is called directional dominoes. So think of the word directional dominoes. And when I do this, I go boom, you fall on her, and 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 fall, and you fall to me. Now point to the person you fell on. That's who you're going to pass your cup to. Do you see how I just did that? If you say it, the children love that. Oh, do we get to do the dominoes? Can we do the dominoes? I mean, I want it, when I'm doing something with them, I want them to plead. Can we do that? Oh, can we do that part? You understand? That's a sign that you're doing a good job. I really promise you. And the kids are begging, okay? So they beg, can we do that? Oh, please, let's do that. So anyway, then I say, that's who you pass to, okay? Ready. And then then I say, pick up your right hand. And actually, I have everybody hold it up. I always tell the people on that side, it's like I was going to give you a high five because it's going to be opposite hands. So when we're on the same side, it's going to be if I gave you a high five. So when I do it, then we put our hand on the cup, okay? Now, when we do this, we grab, and remember, look at that person you fell on. Say hello. See, I should see the back of someone's head. I always laugh because they all look and they go, we can't leave that person. I go, right. And I make a joke. I'm funny. I know, yeah, it's a surprise to y'all. I'm funny in class, okay? Anyway, I grab, then I pass. I say, pass. And then I go, grab. That's right. And I hold them with my voice. And they'll be going, and I go, pass. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Ready. And stop. Ready? Dominoes. Falling that way, falling the other way, falling the other way. Now you point to the person you fell on. That's that person. Left hand on your cup. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Grab. Pass. Ready. And stop. Now you can do all different versions of this. We have them where we grab, hit, grab, pass. Let's just try that one. Let's go back to the right. Point to the right. Okay. Ready? Right hand on. We're going always in the direction right now that our arms that we're using, okay? And if I give that clue to a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, it's in. They got it, okay? Grab, hit, floor, pass. Grab, hit, floor, pass. Grab, hit, floor, pass. Grab, hit, floor, pass. Ready, and stop. Other hand. Left hand. Okay, here we go. Ready? And I would take time to make that happen. happen. You understand? I'm just hurrying for you guys. Grab, hit, floor, to the left. Grab, hit, floor, left. Grab, hit, floor, left. Ready, and stop. Now the keys to what you just saw is that I controlled everything with my voice. Did you see me controlling with my voice? I controlled the tempo, I controlled what they did, but I started making them listen from the very beginning with my voice by making them stop and start and do it when I said to go. You understand? You set up your standard for how you want to do it from the very beginning. You don't let them just dive into it and start swimming. You go, grab. And if we stand there like, they'll start giggling, you know, because they know, oh, is she ever going to go, you know, and back down. So here's another thing you can do with the cups in the dark, which is really fun. Woo! That's why I don't really do this around holiday, but it really is a great vocal exploration tool. So ready, everybody, to do this with me? When my voice goes up, now you take one breath, you must sit up straight on the floor. Straight, diaphragm is out, up, ready to go. You're sitting up straight. You're going to, as long as it goes up, you take one breath, you go up, then down, until my cup goes down. You have to keep singing. Okay, here we go. Ready? And it is really fun. And they will laugh and laugh. It's really fun. Now, what is good about that is you'll get your boys to sing. Where the boys tend to not sing a lot of times when you want to do this, the boys will all sing on this for sure. There will not be a question. They will sing. Okay, it's actually time passed. Put your cups there. I'm going to give you can someone sneak back there and turn on the lights for just a shake so we can pray? I know, let me tell you, when I get on that floor, it's like a dangerous thing. You go, is she going to,
Take the real life.
there she is.
Did you buy the cups just like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I hate to wear them on But you know what these are? I did buy. You can tell I taped them together because they're just those throwaway kind of cheap cups. But guess what? These really glow in the dark. This is the same material as the ping pong balls, and so it really works. So it's just a little bit of. Here's one that's. This is one that's not taped. See, just plain old plastic cup. But here's the thing. You can do just what I said. You can, a lot of cups that are out, you have to take your black light, kind of check it. You know, I've gone into Walmart and done that. But you can, there are different kinds of, some cups, I'm just kind of I'm not a, you know, my kids trick-or-treated and all that, but I just tend to don't do it around Halloween because I don't want it to become a Halloween event. I want it to be a music event, so it's music in the dark. And so the children really get that. I do not do it around Halloween. They would never even ask because even at school they know. I go, well, this is not a Halloween event. This is a music ed fun experience that we're doing instead of doing, this is something we do that's for music. So it's not a celebration of Halloween. I'm not saying I've never done a Halloween thing in the dark with this, because at my school people have used it, but it's really a fun thing, and my music in the dark is music in the dark, which is really cool.
Did you hang the lights from the ceiling?
Yes, I did. And you know how I did it? All these lights are very cool because first of all, they don't really get hot, and they pop out just like this. So all you do is put a loop of, just a loop of rope coming down, tie a loop of rope just like that, and just stick that through it, and then you put that on.
So like
Real
around
simple.
the edges of the room?
Like if it was in this room, I would square it off. I put one there, one there, one there, and really I use this one as the front one, and it's really plenty. It's way brighter when they're hung than when I put them in here. I just couldn't do it today because obvious reasons. I find it there. But the why? Okay, and it's time to go. But I want you to understand why we just went through this experience. Because in my music ed class, I'm going to show you apps for your iPad and stuff like that. Because right now we're in a battle with, it's time to go, but we're in a battle with the world. And we have to get innovative. We need to look at what we're doing and make music with our children the most fun it can be. And I'm really up for technology and the use of a black light to praise God. You know what's really cool about that? When I use a ping pong ball or a tennis ball or something that they normally play with. I didn't use this, but This right here is another, hold that photo for me. This is Music in the Dark. You can use this Music in the Dark, or you can use it. I'm going to use this in my music ed class, but this is just elastic on curtain rods. A curtain rod. And it stretches so we can pull it really tight, and I can put kids, we write songs on it, everything is really cool. And this glows in the dark, and you know what plates I use on it are plain paper plates. Glow in the dark.
How do you hang them on?
Okay? Huh?
How do you hang them on?
The children stand behind it and become the notes. It's very cool. We're going to do it in my music ed class, but I didn't have time today. There's just too many things I have to do. Okay, but I'm sorry, my video is probably really weird, but but Dr. Bradley, he'll go like, yeah, that's Pam. She's a weirdo. But I wanted, the reason why I went to this trouble to bring this down is because I want you to start thinking outside the box. I want you to think, how can I, here's Jesus and our praise for him. We need to raise the bar and go for it with some fun, some real true, and guess what? Now the kids walk out of my room, they understand what a phrase is. They've experienced a phrase, they know it, they like it, they even want to do it again. So let's pray. I think I'm supposed to stop at 2:15 and I just went to 2:20, so we're going to pray quick, okay? Dear Father, I just praise you and love you and thank you so much for Music in the Dark. Father, you are the light in the darkness, and Father, I just thank you that you shine through the darkness clearly for us to see. Lord, I love you and I praise you for every minute of this day, and I just ask you to just please continue to bless it and use it. And I thanks for all these folks that are so willing to have fun with me. And Lord, just bless our children and just help us to be innovative and look for new ways to even enhance worship of you. You are so worth it, Lord. In thy precious name I pray. Amen. I love you guys.